with me while we get organized on the technical side, but the idea now is that I'm going to introduce our quote unquote convocation speaker. We managed to get a kind of Twitter personality. His name is Jason Tetro. He's the germ guy. You may have known him. He's from Ottawa, and actually he's been to Carleton. He studied in Ottawa. So he's an author and media personality, and he works in science communication, and his background is chemistry, biochemistry, and microbiology. So we thought it would be a good fit. He's written 2 books. The first book was The Germ Code, and it was shortlisted for the Book of the Year by the Science Writers and Communicators of Canada. And then the next book was The Germ Files, which was on the Globe and Mail National Bestsellers list. So he has a few words to say to our chemists and food scientists today. So I'm going to try to share my screen and show you this little video. The only thing I would say, it's a little quiet, so you may have to adjust the volume on your own. We've got the volume cranked as high as we can on this side, but bear with me while we get that organized. Okay, so I'm looking at Caitlin to give me a nod that she sees the black screen of the video. Okay, perfect. So here's Jason Tetro, the germ guy.
I don't hear anything, Maria.
Nothing at all?
No.
So let's just make sure that we're doing the optimized version. Okay, let's try again. It's still going to be quiet though. Just see if you hear anything.
Hello to the class of 2020.
Yeah.
I'm Jason Tetro, although some of you know me better as the German. You've probably heard me on the radio, or maybe even seen me on TV, especially over this year because of COVID-19. No, it's been a tough year for everyone, but I am happy to be joining you here virtually to share in your celebration. Carleton has had a special place in my heart because it is where I performed my first scientific experiment. A high school outreach program where I got to spend an entire week on campus. It was magical because it was nothing but science and really helped to steer me towards that future in scientific research. I also learned one of the best lessons during that week, and I still continue to use it to this very day. Always look for the mechanism. I know that this may sound simple, and yet, as I said, I use this every day in both research and outreach. Now I want you to take a look back over the years that you've been here. Think about the courses that you've taken. Every lecture, every slide has had one purpose: to bring you closer to a mechanism. It could be a single chemical reaction. It could be a pathway. It could be a protocol or a process. It could even be a process module. You learned how to identify, understand, and work with mechanisms. Now, I know this may seem a little basic, but I'm going to let you in on a bit of a secret. It's probably the most advanced type of thinking you can have, because it's going to help you in the future. It doesn't matter what future that is, because one of the things that I've learned over the last 2 years, especially working as both a scientist and a media as the host of the Super Awesome Science Show, is that we tend to look for questions and answers in the same way. It's just how we actually make it work differs. You see, in science, we develop hypotheses, we create experiments, we run experiments, we then look at the results, discuss them, maybe come up with new experiments for the future. In the other world, well, we go through the literature, we kind of identify what we need to have, we contact the guests, we talk to them, do the interviews, write down everything, and then we find ways to be able to improve the show. And this is where it gets awesome. Because with every single way that you do this, you are going to have an opportunity to be able to take everything that you've learned and start putting it together to look at a much larger picture. Imagine taking a chemical reaction to synthesize a chemical, taking a protocol that could create an innovation that may save lives, You could develop infection control processes, or you could even develop a drug, especially using a process module through computer and AI. Now, this is all known as knowledge translation. I'm sure that you've heard about it at Carleton, because it has become an important part of research in our world that is filled with information. You need to be able to take evidence and turn it into action. Now, you are going to have the opportunity to do this regardless of where you go after this moment. I mean, each of you has made a choice. And to be honest, I support whatever you do, no matter what. You see, every choice we make can lead to something good. And even if you don't see it in the present, you have to think about it. When I was on your spot almost 30 years ago, I was focused on wanting to make sure no one died from preventable infections. I spent decades doing that in the lab. But then in 2007, I got a call from CTV Ottawa, Kimothy Walker, if some of you remember her. She wanted to do a story to answer a question. How bad are germs? I mean, it was the perfect opportunity to translate the work we did in the lab to the public. The only request I had is that it had to be done positively. We couldn't go negative, and they agreed. The two-part piece
It disappeared, Maria.
was a giant hit, and people absolutely loved it. I still have it on my YouTube if you want to see it. Now, that was a lot of fun. But after it was over, I just went back to the lab and continued what I was doing. I was a lab rat. I continued to be a lab rat. And then a year later, I was asked to be on CTV again. But this time, it was live and taking calls from the public. An entirely different type of translation. But I went for it. And within a year, I was the germ guy. A year later, I was asked to do national interviews and stories. And in a few years, I was asked to write books. And of course, as we all know, in 2018, I started the Super Awesome Science Show, the award-winning podcast that is actually helping researchers translate their mechanisms to a different audience. It's been a circle of 30 years, and the journey has been just simply incredible. And so as I leave you to continue your celebrations, I just want to give you one last piece of advice. Keep an open mind, because you never know where life is going to take you. You are going to experience many highlights, some lowlights, a lot of successes, and a lot of challenges. It's all part of being human. But when it comes to your future, if you can stay focused on mechanisms and then how to translate those mechanisms to improve our world, well, every step that you take past this one is going to be worthwhile. And I'm absolutely certain it is going to be fulfilling. Congratulations.
Yay! Germ guy! So, okay, wonderful. The next speaker we have for you today is, of course, none other than the Dean of Science, Dr. Chuck McDonald. As you know, he's our Dean, but he's also a chemist. So we're happy to hear from him for some few words of congratulations to our graduates.
Thanks, Maria. Yeah, so I think I can't really follow Jason with much more. I think too different. It's really, really excellent advice. You know, from my perspective, I mean, I obviously I want to congratulate everyone for finishing. We've had, you know, truly, I mean, the word, you know, exceptional or unprecedented is used probably more than it should be, but, you know, that's really what the situation has been over the last 8 months. And the fact that everyone's been able to actually persevere and, you know, get through this, you know, it really is a testament to you and also to the faculty members and all the people that have helped you as well. And so I always like to thank, you know, like your parents, you know, the other people, your friends, the people who have supported you. I think it's worthwhile doing that. And I think, as Jason mentioned, it's good to always sort of, if you can, you know, reevaluate sort of what the perspective is of what you've done and what you know and how you can use it, because it will end up, I guarantee you that the things like resilience and perseverance and persistence, those are going to help you no matter what you do in every way. And if you do, if you take essentially the way that we think about things, the way that we approach things, you guys have the tools to be able to solve all kinds of different problems, no matter what it is that you actually want to do. And so I congratulate you for that. And I really do strongly encourage you to keep in touch with us. So one of the big things that helps all of our current students and our future students are our alumni. Our alumni do give back just by talking to people, giving their experiences, coming in and participating in some of the events and things that we do. So please keep in touch. Let us know, what you're up to. We really do relish in your success. We'd love to tell other people about how successful our graduates are too. So please keep in touch with us. You're part of the Carleton alumni community now, and we're really, really proud of you. So congratulations.
Hooray! Thank you, Chuck. Very wise words and, excellent. I think I have to say a few words now, but again, it's hard to follow up. Both the speakers have had, very important and relevant things to say. I think the only thing I want to add is, 2020 has done everything it possibly can to throw every possible barrier at you guys. And maybe people are thinking, okay, I'm not as prepared as I could be as I'm going out into the world. But I would counter, you're probably the most prepared graduating class that we've ever put out, because the world is not as clear cut as it looks in a lab, in a course. You've had to find new ways to learn and communicate and get over, all these crazy barriers. So you're probably more prepared than any graduating class we've ever had. Some people will say that 2020 is a bad year to graduate. Okay, let's look at it this way. We need scientists more than ever. Like, this is the perfect time to graduate. We need you guys. We need your expertise to go and make a difference, right? So it's not a bad time to graduate. It's the perfect time to graduate and go out there and use the skills that you've learned and that you've learned the hard way this year to make a difference, right? And I think, I don't know, I haven't had that many interviews actually. I stayed in school the whole time because I didn't want to have interviews basically. I only had 1 or 2 interviews in my whole life. But how many interviews do you go to where the question is, give me an example where you've had a barrier that you've had to overcome and you've been successful? We've boom, dude, I graduated in 2020. Oh, sorry, never mind. We don't even need to ask you that question because you lived the biggest barrier that's ever existed. So, this is not ideal. This is not how we wanted to celebrate this big achievement, but I hope you guys will, reflect on this and at least take some good from this. You guys, no one can argue that you're not built for this, right? No one can argue that you're not going to make it. You've done everything you possibly could to show that you guys have got what it takes. So, I hope you look forward with optimism, even though it's a crazy time, and we're here to back you up the whole way. So congratulations, yay! And with that, I think we can now do what we intended to do, which is introduce all of our graduates. We're going to imagine that we're all waiting to cross the stage one by one. The profs are sitting at the front and that, in that little grandstand there, and we're all dressed up and we're waiting and we're going to say the names. So I think that I'm passing it over to Professor Barry, and he's going to do the grad students. So I'm going to mute myself. Oh wow, what a background too. Before I do, remember, let's all mute ourselves, and then when it's your name, unmute yourself and say something so that you become the main screen, and we'll leave time for a picture. Okay, take it away.
All right. So I'm going to announce our graduate students from this year. It's all PhD students, and I'm going to go in order of height from shortest to tallest. So first up is Manal Almaki with a PhD entitled Extended Release of DPTA via Encapsulation into Nanoparticles for the Decorporation of Depositive Radioactive Contaminants in the Lungs. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot for everything and for the help. And I'm glad that I am with you today celebrating this big achievement. I would like to thank everyone in the chemistry department, including my supervisor, my thesis advisory committee, and everyone. Thanks a lot. And also I would like to thank Chantel, Maria, Kathleen, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, next up is Sydney Christina Butters Butera with a PhD entitled design and development of group 13 precursors for improved vapor deposition of metal nitride thin films, and she was nominated for a doctoral Senate medal.
Yeah, I've never been more red in my life. I'm sweating.
What did you say? Take a screenshot.
Oh no, look at, I shouldn't have worn white or green. I have nothing to say. Love you guys, thanks, I'm sweating.
That alone made this worthwhile,
Right, well,
honestly. That was worthwhile, just
Yep.
that.
I think I have hives.
All right, we'll let Butters off the hook. Next up is Matthew Bertram Edward Griffiths, PhD, Advanced Precursor Design for Atomic Layer Deposition and Chemical Vapor Deposition of Gold Medal. And he was awarded a doctoral Senate medal for outstanding academic achievement in the field of excellence. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Congratulations to everybody graduating this year. You guys are the best. And thank you to everyone in the department too. We couldn't have done it without you.
I'm going to grab a screenshot of you as well, Matt, just so Butters doesn't think she's the only red one in the group. All right. And last, but certainly not least, is Anna Kudrina, PhD, Development and Characterization of Aptamer Conjugated Imaging Tools for Diagnostic Applications. And she was also nominated for a doctoral Senate medal.
Oh, thank you, everybody, for everything. Honestly, I really don't have that much to say either, but this was an amazing experience, and I'm going to miss every single one of you. So thank you.
And I think that concludes our graduate students from the Department of Chemistry for this graduation season.
Awesome. Thank you, Professor Barry. Okay, so I have the honor of going through all the names of all our Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Science honors grads for today. So let me just get myself organized. And I want to go into my view to see, okay, perfect. So we'll start off, we'll be very, serious about this. We're going to start off with the Bachelor of Science Chemistry. They're getting lined up now. Okay, so now they're coming. So our first is Fonku Ade with a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry. May not be here, but we're going to clap anyway. Just checking, make sure I'm not cutting them off. No, they didn't cut. Okay. Sabahat Gul with a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry. Rodrigo Baruki with a Bachelor of Science Honors in Chemistry and Co-op. Just checking. Okay. Gabriel Paul with a Bachelor of Science Honors in Chemistry. Jenna Taylor, again, Bachelor of Science Honors Chemistry. Okay, get ready. I know Ben's here, so. Benjamin Warrens, Bachelor of Science, Honors, Chemistry, University Medal in Science with high distinction. Yay!
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, everyone quiet, so he's the main guy. Make a noise.
Okay. Thanks so much, guys. I really want to say thank you to all the professors and all of the staff that have made this experience great. Also, I'd like to thank all the graduates as well. I had a lot of you guys as TAs, and you guys were great mentors to me and to everybody. So I really appreciate it, and thanks to my wonderful friends for coming. Couldn't have done it without them either.
Did we get a picture? I see a camera. Did we get enough pictures?
My dad
More
got
pictures?
a picture, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah? Are you sure?
My dad got a video, yeah. He's taking it, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Amazing. And we do have one more, and I don't think he's here, but Michael Traversy, Bachelor of Honors, Chemistry with a concentration in nanotechnology with high distinction. And that concludes our Bachelor of Science honors in chemistry. Now we have our food science and nutrition grads, because these are still food science and nutrition grads. I don't know, are any of them here? Make a little sign if you are, because then we'll say them anyway. That's okay. So we have Stephanie Nguyen, Bachelor of Science honors, food science and nutrition, minor in Spanish. Zi Chu, Bachelor of Science honors, food science and nutrition. And Carly Wigglesworth, Bachelor of Science honors, food science and nutrition with a minor in chemistry. Yay, double yay. And that concludes our undergraduates who are graduating today. Yay! Awesome. So that's what that's the business end of all this. But now we want to have a chit chat. So everybody's still welcome to stay, hang out, and let us know what you're up to, chit chat. And I see Sean's got the fireworks going in the background. Looks a little bit chaotic. But okay, we'll keep it. Be careful over there, Sean. We've got safety protocols to follow. And I would love to, everyone can unmute. We could just go chaotic and have a big congratulations to everybody who is graduating today. Thanks for being here. Yay!
Yay!
Congratulations, everybody.
Congratulations! Amazing!
Don't be strangers. Stay in touch.
Yes. And yeah, this is it. When you see Carleton University calling, just double check if you can see the extension, right? Because usually people are like, oh man, no way. But it could be us. It could be us. Don't hang up on us.
I have the opposite problem. When you're on your cell phone, I don't think it does, because I used to always think it was my mom calling me. I'd be like, hi, Mom. And then it wasn't my mom. So you shouldn't answer the phone like that.
Oh, no. That's awkward. That's a little awkward when it's like Chuck calling. Oh, hi, Mom.
Too funny.
Awesome.
What are you guys all up to? What are you doing, Ben?
Oh, I'm continuing doing a master's, hopefully, with Jeff Manthorpe and Jeff Smith. So yeah, so that should be fun. Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean? Hopefully, I see you in there all the time.
No. I mean, like, I haven't technically been accepted yet. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The offer's coming,
Hopefully.
Yeah, it's an iffy thing. We only accept super duper university level medals, not below that.
I tried to change to my Scrubs video, but it's just working as a picture now. That's very sad.
Oh! I love that.
Too funny.
Who's calling? Let them in.
On this time.
Just like,
Hi, everyone. Congratulations. It's good to see you. Hi. Congrats.
Hooray!
Morridge, I'm trying to decide if you're in the lab or not. Are you in a lab?
I'm in the office space. No, we're
okay. Because I was gonna say, dude, you don't have safety glasses on. What's going on?
No. We're in the office space. We're good.
You're in Halifax now at Gal, right?
Yep.
Who are you with?
Dr. Mark Oberbach.
Okay. Excellent. Good. We just need somebody out on the other coast, and we'll have spread you guys all over the place.
Yeah.
Jillian is.
Who?
Jill.
Jillian Thomas.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I meant this year, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll move. It's fine.
And so is Grace Daly, right?
Oh, yeah. She is.
So feel free to send us a testimonial that we can put on our website. Okay, so we all go off doing things like, we're great for you to say, Carleton helped me.
Yeah, this was great, guys. We got some celebration to do, so I think we're gonna head out. But thank you all so much. It really means a lot to me. Thank all the graduates again and all the professors. Thanks, guys.
We'll try to do something for real once it's the pandemic.
Thank you.
Bye, Ben.
Bye, Ben.
I actually completely forgot that this was happening today until my Google Calendar was like, oh, you have a graduation in 30 minutes. I was like, oh my God.
Yep.
And like, I'm sitting on boxes and everything. Like, my U-Haul box isn't here yet. So literally, I've been like living and breathing on an air mattress, and I have no dishes. I have nothing. And so I'm eating out of like, I brought bowls and they have lids, so I'm eating out of the lids.
Even your Zoom background, you look like you're in 0-dimensional space or something.
I have nothing.
That's a bit sad. That's a bit sad.
Yeah.
I went to meet with my new supervisor, and he's like, okay, let's have a chat. And I'm like, okay. I'm sitting on the floor, and there's like some mowing of the lawn happening outside, and so there's nothing around me, and then there's this like loud noise. What is happening?
Where did you get your apartment? He's like, are you on the wrong side of the tracks?
It's so embarrassing.
There's nowhere to go but up. The next Zoom call, there has to be at least a picture behind you, a poster or a painting or something. Something
You know
on
what
that
the
wall.
saddest part is? This is my diploma.
I didn't even get mine yet.
Yeah, exactly. It's empty. Put it up.
It's empty.
Put it up, and if anyone asks anything, you say, what? What do you mean?
You have the
Like,
forethought to
nothing
get
there.
a frame though. That's like you're ahead of all of us.
Yeah, the emperor has a new degree.
Yeah, exactly. What do you mean? It's right there. I don't see anything there. What do you mean you don't see anything there? It's framed. It's blank.
Just tell them it's an invisible ink. You have to put it to a light source.
All chemistry degrees come with like, you need a UV light source or something.
Yeah, why not?
Nice. I like it. Next year we'll try.
Sydney, what are you up to now? I know what Matt's doing.
Pardon?
What are you up to now?
Working with Maria.
Woo, she's postdoc at the
Postdoc Maria.
Student Success. She's going to help us get our chemistry students, make sure they're successful, like chemical education kind of.
Yeah, I was just
Postdoc.
gonna say chemistry.
Oh, congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, it's been pretty fun so far. I mean, turns out it's harder to get EDI information from students. And by harder, I mean you're not allowed to do that. But like, steps go in order.
Yeah, turns out it's a pandemic, so you know how it is. It makes it tough, but
One step at a time, you know.
But yeah, that's right. We're gonna keep on keeping on.